Hello boys and girls, and welcome back to my art room. Today we're going to be reading Dr. Seuss's One Fish, Two Fish, Red Fish, Blue Fish, and after the story we're going to be creating an art project, so stay tuned. One Fish, Two Fish, Red Fish, Blue Fish, written and illustrated by Dr. Seuss. After we read the story, we're going to be working together to create our own textured fish based on the story, so stay tuned for that. All right. From there to here, from here to there, funny things are everywhere. One fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish. Black fish, blue fish, old fish, new fish. This one has a little star. This one has a little car. Say, what a lot of fish there are. Yes, some are red and some are blue. Some are old and some are new. Some are sad and some are glad. And some are very, very bad. Why are they sad and glad and bad? I do not know. Go ask your dad. Some are thin and some are fat. The fat one has a yellow hat. From there to here, from here to there, funny things are everywhere. Here are some who like to run. They run for fun in the hot, hot sun. Oh me, oh my, oh me, oh my. What a lot of funny things go by. Some have 2 feet and some have 4. Some have 6 feet and some have more. Where do they come from? I can't say, but I bet they have come a long, long way. We see them come, we see them go. Some are fast and some are slow. Some are high and some are low. Not one of them is like another. Don't ask us why, go ask your mother. Say, look at his fingers. 1, 2, 3. How many fingers do I see? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He has 11. 11. This is something new. I wish I had 11 too. Bump, bump, bump. Did you ever ride a wump? We have a wump with just 1 hump. But we know a man called Mr. Gump. Mr. Gump has a 7-hump wump. So, if you like to go bump, bump, just jump on the hump of the wump of Gump. Who am I? My name is Ned. I do not like my little bed. This is no good. This is not right. My feet stick out of bed all night. And when I pull them in, oh dear, my head sticks out of bed up here. We like our bike. It is made for 3. Our Mike sits on back, you see. We like our Mike, and this is why. Mike does all the work when the hills get high. Hello there, Ned. How do you do? Tell me what is new. How are things in your little bed? What is new? Please tell me, Ned. I do not like this bed at all. A lot of things have come to call. A cow, a dog, a cat, a mouse. Oh, what a bed! Oh, what a house! Oh dear, I cannot hear. Will you please come over near? Will you please look in my ear? There must be something in there, I fear. Say, look, a bird was in your ear, but he is out, so have no fear. Again your ear can hear, my dear. My heart is old, my teeth are gold. I have a bed I like to hold. My shoe is off, my foot is cold. My shoe is off, my foot is cold. I have a bird I like to hold. My hat is old, my teeth are gold. And now my story is all told. We took a look. We saw a nook. On his head he had a hook. On his hook he had a book. On his book was how to cook. We saw him sit and try to cook. He took a look at the book on the hook. But a nook can't read, so a nook can't cook. So, what good to a nook is a hook cookbook? The moon was out and we saw some sheep. We saw some sheep take a walk in their sleep. By the light of the moon, by the light of a star, they walked all night from near to far. I would never walk, I would take a car. I do not like this one so well. All he does is yell, yell, yell. I will not have this one about. When he comes in, I put him out. This one is quiet as a mouse. I like to have him in the house. At our house, we open cans. We have to open many cans, and that is why we have a Zans. A Zans for cans is very good. Have you a Zans for cans? You should. I like to box. How I like to box. So every day I box a gox. In yellow socks, I box my gox. I box in yellow gox box socks. It is fun to sing if you sing with a ying. My ying can sing like anything. I sing high and my ying sings low. And we are not too bad, you know. This one, I think, is called a yink. He likes to wink. He likes to drink. He likes to drink and drink and drink. The thing he likes to drink is ink. The ink he likes to drink is pink. He likes to wink and drink pink ink. So, if you have a lot of ink, then you should get a yink, I think. Hop, hop, hop. I am a yap. All I like to do is hop. From fingertop to fingertop, I hop from left to right, and then hop, hop. I hop right back again. I like to hop all day and night, from right to left and left to right. Why do I like to hop, hop, hop? I do not know. Go ask your pop. Brush, 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 brush. Comb, 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 comb. Blue hair is fun to brush and comb. All girls who like to brush and comb should have a pet like this at home. Who is this pet? Say, he is wet. You never yet met a pet, I bet, as wet as they let this wet pet get. Did you ever fly a kite in bed? Did you ever walk with 10 cats on your head? Did you ever milk this kind of cow? Well, we can do it. We know how. If you never did, you should. These things are fun, and fun is good. Hello, hello, are you there? Hello, I called you up to say hello. I say hello, can you hear me, Joe? Oh no, I cannot hear your call. I cannot hear your call at all. This is not good, and I know why. Hey, Mouse has cut the wire. Goodbye. From near to far, from here to there, funny things are everywhere. These yellow pets are called the Zeds. They have one hair up on their heads. Their hair grows fast, so fast they say. They need a haircut every day. Who am I? My name is Ish. On my hand I have a dish. I have this dish to help me wish. When I wish to make a wish, I wave my hand with a big swish, swish, and then I say, I wish for fish, and I get fish right on my dish. So, if you wish to wish a wish, you may swish for fish on my ish wish dish. At our house, we play out back. We play a game called Ring the Gack. Would you like to play this game? Come down! We have the only gack in town. Look what we found in the park in the dark. We will take him home. We will call him Clark. He will live at our house. He will grow and grow. Will our mother like this? We don't know. And now, good night. It is time to sleep. So we will sleep with our pet Zeep. Today is gone. Today was fun. Tomorrow is another one. Every day from here to there, funny things are everywhere. All right, so now we are going to start creating our fish pictures. So in art, we have 7 elements, the 7 elements of art, and I'm going to quickly review them for you today. The first element is the element of line. Wavy lines, straight lines, zigzag lines, just changing the way your marker is moving on the paper. The second element is shape, circles, squares, triangles. Take those lines and connect them at the ends for your shapes. Forms are 3-dimensional. They come off the paper. This would include cubes, cones, spheres, pyramids. These are forms. They're different than shapes because they're 3D. Then we have space. This is how close or far apart things are on your paper, the element of space. Then we have the element of texture, how things feel or appear to feel on your paper. Is it soft? Is it hard? Is it bumpy? Is it rough? The element of texture. Then we have the element of value, how light or dark something is on your paper. So we have light grays and dark grays, blacks and whites. And then we have the element of color. This is most people's favorites, the whole color wheel. And we have the 7 elements of art. The first part of the activity we're going to be doing together is drawing our fish using the elements of line and shape. I'll show you several different ways to draw your fish. You do not have to draw it my way if you don't want to. I am drawing with a black marker. The reason I'm drawing with a black marker is just so it's easier for you to see. I do suggest you draw with pencil. We're going to start out by drawing some shape fish. Your final will need to be as big as your hand so that we can add our detailed scales in their bodies. So for our shape fish, you can draw any shape. I'm going to practice with a square, a circle, and a triangle. And now we're going to transform these simple shapes into fish. Give them some eyes. You can use whatever shapes and lines you want to. I'm using circles and ovals with dots and U's. And now we're going to add their fins. You can draw a fin on the inside. You can draw a fin on the outside. You can draw a fin on top and on bottom. And we're going to draw one more at the back for his tail fin. Same thing here, tail fin and an inside fin. And those are just triangles. Now we're going to draw a little curve line to make them happy fish. And we're going to come in with a line made out of C's to show where the head ends and the body begins, just like that. The body will be filled up with scales later, but the faces will stay uncovered, so please make sure you give them little face details. So those were simple shape fish. This next one is a little more complicated. That means more difficult, it's more challenging. So I'm going to be using a pink marker. We're going to imagine that it's pencil, so you can see the lines you would want to erase. I'm going to start out by drawing the fish's head as a circle. And at the top and the bottom of the circle, I'm going to add curved lines. So from the bottom of the circle, curved line, like a lowercase n. From the top, curved line, and you want it to end in a point, just like that. Now I'm going to add an oval eye, and I'll put a U inside, and give him a smiley face for a happy fish. Now I'm going to add the fin on top. I'm going to draw a line, line, and I'm going to connect them at the top with a line that's made out of little lowercase u's. And I'm going to add some details by just adding extra straight lines. And I'm going to draw the fin to the side, curved line with another curved line connected with a wavy line, and some extra detailed lines there. For his tail fin, I'm going to draw a humongous lowercase n, and I'm going to connect the bottom with a wavy line and those extra details. Just like that. You can see those lines that you would want to erase when you come back in and darken it in, or you can even trace with marker yourself. I'm taking my marker and tracing around the outside, and now I can add extra flourishes if I want to, extra details. It's up to me. It's my fish. Make it your way. Does not have to look like mine. These are just examples. I'm going to come back in. The face will stay blank. The body will be filled up with some beautiful scales in the next step. I'm going to add that little C line showing where the scales would begin on the body of our fish. Just like that. So now you've seen several examples. We're going to go ahead and start creating our final fish. For my final fish, I will be using a full-size sheet of paper because it does have to be at least the size of my hand. We're going to use line and shape to create it. If it's not the size of your hand, it's going to be really hard to put the scales in the body. I'm going to draw an oval for this one. I want to make sure I draw it really, really big. Before I continue, I'm going to check. It is at least the size of my hand, and it's even a little bit bigger, and that's fine. I'm going to combine some different parts of the fish because it's a different fish. I can draw it however I want, just like you can draw yours however you want. So I'm drawing the straight lines with the curves. For the tail, curve up, curve down. For the inside, curve in to a point, so it almost looks like a little heart tail. Straight line, a slight curve for the bottom fin, and an oval for the eye, and I'm going to put a U on the inside. Dr. Seuss almost always used U's on the inside of his eyes, so I want to make sure I use a U for this project, and a happy fish. The body will be filled up with scales, so I'm going to show where the head ends by using some C shapes right around the head, just like that. Now we have our fish drawn, we get to add our scales in. So this is where we're going to start talking about texture. When it's finished, the body is going to have this beautiful, papery, layered texture you're going to be able to feel once the glue is dry. You can use liquid glue or stick glue, doesn't matter. If you use liquid glue, make sure it has time to dry before you color it at the end. For the scales, you can use any type of paper you want. It could be colored, it could be newspaper, it could be a sales catalog. It can be any kind of paper you want. Just make sure it's different than your main paper you drew the fish on. You're going to take that paper and you're going to rip it into small pieces about the size of your thumb. So take the paper and rip it into small little pieces. Each one of these pieces is going to be a scale once we glue it down. You can make a pattern, you can make a design, you can make a whole rainbow fish. It does not matter what color your scales are as long as they're a different color than the background paper. Once we have all of our scales, we're going to start gluing them. So put them in a little pile so they're easier to get to. And we're going to be gluing them in the body for texture. I'm going to be using liquid glue first, but I'm also going to use a little bit of stick glue later. I suggest you glue it in sections so that it doesn't dry before you get all of your scales glued down. I'm putting a stripe of liquid glue right where the body begins, and then I'm going to take and spread it out because the glue does not have to be thick. After you get the glue spread thin, you're just going to take one scale at a time and gently press it onto the body of your fish. Small sections, the glue will stay wet for you. And I'm just going to do a small section here with stick glue and back to liquid and stick. And there we have our fish with all of his scales. And once it's dry, you can rub your hand across and feel that beautiful texture you have just added. Now we are about to add in color. But before we add in color, we're going to have to finish our background first. Use whatever you have at your house to color. I will be using marker, but you can use crayon, colored pencil, whatever you want. So for our last few details, I'm going to add some wavy lines for some seaweed growing from the bottom of my ocean that my fish is living in. I'm going to add some curved lines for my ocean waves and some bubbles, just little circles. And now I'm going to color it in with my markers. I'm going to color some pieces in light blue and dark blue. You color yours in however you want. It does not have to be a realistic ocean. Make it your own way. It's your fish. I'm adding some shadows with dark green and some extra details with red. And we are done coloring in our fish. Thank you so much for watching, liking, and subscribing, and joining us on our project today.